Good day, everyone, and I will be reporting about musical form, specifically strophic form. Musical form is the structural outline of a song or a piece, like a ground plan of a house or a building, the base of a composer when he begins to write a song. Strophic form is a song structure in which all verses or stanzas of the text are sung to the same music. The opposite of strophic form with new music written for every stanza is called true composed. Verse repeating, it is verse repeating, chorus form, and a triple A song form. What does a triple A song form means? A triple A song form is also called strophic form or one-part song form. The term strophic originally comes from the Greek word strophe, literally meaning verse. The term one part derives from the repetition of one distinct musical theme as the song progresses. And as an example of a strophic form music, as an example of a music that is in a strophic form, I will let you listen to the music entitled The Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
That was a strophic in a unitary form, Amazing Grace in a unitary form. And now I will listen The Amazing Grace in a strophic form.
Is that ng talon?
This is in a strophic form now.
'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear beyond our first belief.
Though nala siya sa second na stanza, pero maurag gyapon ang iyang musical theme or ang tono kung yun sa pagkanta ang Amazing Grace. Thank you, everyone.
And now we will be discussing about the through compose form. So this true compose form, it is a composition that is entirely continuous. Any large-scale thematic material is not repeated, and each section sounds like something completely different. Example would be A, B, C, D, and E. Let us all hear an example of a true composed music. In addition, through composed music was widely popular in the year 70th to 20th centuries. In some instances, through composed music may keep the rhythms uniform although the melodies use different notes. So, kaninga form, understandable na kaayo no, kay na may clue nga continuous o no repetition. So, kabalo na kay ko nga nakasabot na mo, so mo proceed na ta sa lain nga basic form. And now, let us identify the definition of a binary form and its types. What is then a binary form? So, a binary form in music, it describes the structure of a piece of music which is divided into two different sections. These two sections are usually labeled by A and B sections. For us to be able to understand more, let us all watch this short video about the binary form and its types.
Hi everyone, it's Ben Dunnett here from musictheoryacademy.com. In this lesson, we're going to have a look at binary form. And we're going to ask this question: what is binary form? We're going to look at the two types of binary form that you mainly come across. And then finally, we're going to look at composing in binary form. And I'm going to give you an example that you can listen to hear binary form in action. So firstly, what is binary form? Well, binary form is a piece of music that is divided into two sections that we call A and B. And the key thing about the difference between these two sections is that there is some form of contrast. So A is different from B. Now, usually this contrast is to do with a key change. So A will be in one key, B will be in another key. But there might also be other changes as well. So different melodic material, different harmonic material. But there is some form of contrast between the A section and the B section. Now, there are two types of binary form that you'll probably come across. The first is simple binary form, and that's what we've just outlined. There's an A section, which is usually in a major key, and a B section in the dominant key. So if the A section's in C major, you'll then move into a B section that's in G major, because that's the dominant key. It may also be an A section might be in a minor key, and then move into the B section in the relative major key. So if we start in A minor, then the B section will be in C major, because that's the relative major key. So that's simple binary form. And that first really became popular in the Baroque period between 1600 and 1750. So that's simple binary form. The second type of binary form that you'll come across is called rounded binary form. Now in this rounded binary form, you have an A section, and then you have this second section, which is B, and then with a little a. And what that means is that part of section A is repeated after section B. So you've got your section A, your section B, and then a little bit of what's gone before in section A is repeated after that section B. Now this became popular a little bit later on in the next period, the classical period between 1750 to 1820. Okay, and you can see how really it's a development of binary form, and it's almost ternary form because it's almost ABA, but not quite. So two types of binary form: simple binary form and rounded binary form.
So the next form is ternary form. So what is ternary form? So ternary form defined as ABA structure. This means the piece starts with a main theme, goes to contrasting material, and then returns with that exact main theme material to end it. Next, it looks a lot like rounded binary form. However, the key difference is that the last section operates independently of the B section. Rather than having partial A material, the last section is an entire recapitulation of the main theme. Sometimes, the recapitulation can be slightly varied either through rhythm or tempo. So, we have things to remember about ternary form. So, ternary form, it is called ternary because it deals with a base of 3, which are the A, B, and E. Next, what's unique about ternary form is what the first section and third section are the same. So because of this, it is usually rated as A, B, and A, as what I've said earlier. At this moment, I want you to listen one of the example of ternary music. melody of the children's song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and those that they use the same melody like Baba, Black Sheep, and the alphabet song is in the ABE form. And now let's move on to the two types of ternary form. The first type is simple ternary form. And the second type is the compound ternary form. So, in simple ternary form, it is the normal form described above. So, each section, ABA, is the thematically and tonally self-content and separate from the other two. Sometimes, the second A section adds more ornamentations or some extra flourishes, and if it is that the case, might see the section labeled A or A1, it is called A prime, written as ABA or ABA1. So, we have an example of simple ternary form is the Da Capo area, which is common Baroque era area that was usually found in operas and sacred music pieces. And now we have compound ternary form. In compound ternary form, it also sometimes called trio form. Each section is a dance movement that itself is in binary form, either AB or AABB. Another example from Handel is the third of his Surprise Symphony. So, it starts with a minuet that is in AE-BB form, followed by a trio in the same form, called 2A-2A, 2B-2B, to differentiate it from the minuet AA-BB, and then it ends with the repeated minuet.